Take any online community and try to pinpoint its prevailing ethos, milieu, or attitude. This is not only a fun exercise, but it can also help you understand personalities in general, in the same way that the characters in a novel serve as archetypes from which we can learn about people. If each person was completely unique, there'd be no general value to derive from reading fiction. Ask HN posts are good source material for this kind of analysis. In this post, someone asks what tech skills hiring managers are looking for. The top reply lists 4 qualities and then complains that hiring based on false indicators is rampant. The respondent here isn't answering the question that was asked, not literally anyways. The answer is aspirational, and the original question is used merely as an opportunity to decry the state of affairs in tech hiring. The first line of the reply is comprised of 4 words, each a sentence unto itself: intelligence, tenacity, ambition, judgment. This adds emphasis, seriousness, and intensity to the thought they're offering. But why the intensity? The next paragraph tells us. Bonus points for recognizing the bullshit parade that is the current startup world. Merritt believes that tech hiring is flawed and that hiring managers are looking for false clues of competency. It's not clear whether Merritt is even in a position to hire people or if they're telling us that their company hires for intelligence, tenacity, etc. I think it's pretty clear that the reply is aspirational. The reply completely sidesteps the actual question and instead asks us to focus on how reality is lacking and offers us an alternative. A literal reply would outline the actual tech skills that a person or their company looks for. It's self-evident that this reply is aspirational and not literal. By complaining about the state of affairs and referring to the status quo as a bullshit parade, the writer tells us that they think this is pervasive. And so they offer us a social critique and an aspirational answer. I offer to you how things ought to be, not how they are. That this reply is the most upvoted one shows us that the outlook reflected in it is shared by many on Hacker News. I would argue it's the ethos and general attitude of Hacker News and Silicon Valley in general. The comments most upvoted, the books most recommended, all of these are expressions of an underlying attitude and shared ethos. Here's the next most upvoted reply. On Hacker News, the ethos seems to be that it is less important or less interesting to try to understand the reality before us and that instead we can progress and evolve by offering a utopian alternative. On Hacker News, this is often done no matter how far removed from reality the idealistic alternative actually is. I would argue that sometimes the hopeful and aspirational version of reality offered on Hacker News borders on the absurd. I submit this not as a critique of the attitude, but as a possible way of framing the comments and replies found on Hacker News. A single comment in an online community can offer incredible insight into its ethos. The tone of replies and the feedback in the form of upvotes is information that we can use to understand what things a community values most. Also, summarizing the general approach of a reply can reveal things about its writer that you'll find repeated over and over. The next time you look at a conversation on Hacker News or anywhere else online, examine each reply and ask whether the reply is literal or aspirational. Is the writer responding to the actual question? If not, what are they responding to? Understanding the general attitudes and outlooks in a community of people can help us to see that there is often a hidden theme or agenda present in conversation. By realizing that often what people say isn't meant to be taken at face value, we can get a better sense of what's really going on.